Okay, I hope everybody can hear me. Um, can you guys hear me? Okay, I hope everybody can hear me. Um, can you guys hear me? Okay, I hope everybody can hear me. Uh-oh. So, this is what I got going on, guys. There's been a lot of weird stuff happening, whether or not all you guys know it, but I gotta turn my mic audio down a little bit. So we're gonna say the beer problem, because I don't want to say the name, because when you say the name, your videos really get deactivated. But I've been doing a lot of research since I have a lot of time on my hands. And having this time on my hands basically gives me opportunity to look at stuff. And it's very, very interesting. I mean, this whole thing is very interesting. So there's a lot of stuff. So here's the first thing I sort of learned. There's a lot of deaths being reported. Or number one, people that aren't actually dead. Or number two, people that died that were never tested. Number three, it's just being fed. It's mass chaos hysteria. I'm not saying it's not real, because I believe it is. But I also believe we can't believe anything we hear on the media if we learned anything. I don't trust them. None of them. You can't trust the media. They can't be trusted. I was going to show a clip, but I don't think I'm going to do it, or maybe I can here. Let's see if I can find it here. Oh, sorry guys, but it's going to take me a couple seconds here. Since I'm doing this without my previous compadre, I want you guys to see this little bit of, and I know a lot of people don't like Twitter, but let's see. Let's see if we could play this here and let you guys listen for a second.
He is not dead. He has just been taken to the hospital by the police. He spoke to both the police and the homeless man. The man was a bit drunk. He asked him if he was okay, and he was fine. This was 5 to 10 minutes ago. And now you're coming up here, spreading lies and fear and telling me this man is dead, and he is not dead. This man is not dead. Take them letters, take them somewhere else, because that man is not dead. I've been feeding that man.
Wait.
He's lying.
What can you stop when they're... Wait. We can you stop when there's because he's not dead.
Until you find out if this man's really dead and prove that, then you need to stop putting these letters on there.
Can I ask you to stop there?
Can I ask your name?
I'm from One Housing.
You're from One Housing. Can I ask your name? When they put a letter under your door saying the man's dead, he's not dead, he's fine. The man is absolutely fine. The man's fine. He's putting letters under our door saying the man's dead.
So, anyway, I wanted to show you guys that, because it's this whole thing is, I don't know, it's a little ridiculous. So you guys are going to be watching the live view outside my door. And as you can see, we are no longer in the state of Washington, thank God. We aren't there. But you're looking at stuff. People are being reported that aren't expired. People are this, people are that. You know, it's a deep state takedown. Hell, I don't even know anymore. But looking at my research over the last few days, it makes you wonder. And you know, we live in a real older community, and I'm older. A lot of us are older. It's an older community. And it's really interesting. We don't know anybody here. We averted this whole thing except for the last week. So then all of a sudden we have 5 cases pop up. And then, you know, of course, a lot of people tried to escape New York, and who knows? Probably all of us have sort of had this, or there's forms of it, and the test is not specific to the one form. We're just going to say that. I also found it very interesting that the 19, we'll just say the number 19, when we go through the Arizona reports, that you see that they had done something like 300 something tests, and that's from the state type hospitals. Of those 300 and some odd tests, there was 54 positive. And then from there, they just quit doing that part, and all these private labs have taken over. And these private lab numbers are sort of astonishing, because I just can't believe the numbers anymore. And there are little pockets everywhere, but it's very interesting how they're all these pockets are sanctuary cities, or liberal hellholes, or this or that. And then you have governors refusing to let people get the proper medications. What I've heard about the medications is that there's this anti-malaria pill, which is quinine, anyway, and then they're giving you an antibiotic. And another doctor has actually prescribed zinc along with this. And the way it was explained is this anti-malaria, consider it like a canal or a river. Well, the virus itself cannot be penetrated that well with the zinc, but this anti-malaria so much, let's say this thing is like a sponge, so once it enters the canal, it allows the zinc to penetrate it. They're only given the antibiotic as a backup, just in case there's a secondary bacteria infection in it. Now, why would these governors tell people they can't have something that actually has been working? Why did New York say they needed ventilators when they had thousands in a warehouse? Why can't people actually go and look and see that these hospitals are all in lockdown? So you can't even go and see, but people go to look, and they're being cut off, or some of these drive-through places are empty, or anyway, I don't trust any of it. I don't want a friggin' vaccine. I just want to stay out of the whole thing. It's a little scary. I mean, it is. And that's what they want. They want everybody to be afraid. I'm not afraid. I mean, I'm glad I'm not in Washington. It's just, to me, we should have known after they couldn't impeach him. All of a sudden, wow, look what happened. And we sort of, it just, I mean, this just fits the playbook. So let's hope that the president actually does something during this and starts taking these people out, because I'm telling you, man, it's just not good. This whole thing is not good. And just, I mean, my suggestion is, I haven't really watched so much of the news lately, because it's just depressing. And that's what they want. They want you to be depressed. They want you to be fearful. They don't want you to listen to each other. I mean, all I know is I can't go get my weapons, because I'm afraid if I try to go get them in Washington, number one, I may not even be able to get in. And if I get in, I can't get out to go get them. So I had to do a secondary plan. I'm not going to tell you that, but we do have some kind of protection. I did bring some with me, just not the amount. But, you know, this is the first time me doing this show alone, and I just sort of decided I was going to do it today. I show you the picture of how the puppy's growing up. It just, you know, I don't want you guys, don't be afraid. Just don't be afraid. Take a lot of vitamins, immune boosters, and let's just watch and see what happens over the next couple weeks. Thank God I retired. And I don't want to make this show very long today, but I want all you guys. I mean, I know I haven't been on for a long time. We'll have to build up our people, and I'll try to do this once a week. I'm probably going to go back to Sundays, but I mean, really, if you look at the picture, it's beautiful. We've got our little American flag there. God bless us. The skies are beautiful. It's warm. I'm very happy to have my sister with me. I still miss my husband and my dad, but I mean, we're going on. We're looking after our elderly neighbors. If they need anything, we'll be there. It's very heartwarming to know our neighbors have all come. They're like, oh, if you guys need toilet paper, we have toilet paper, we have water, we have this. If you need help, call us. The same for us. It's really great to see that. I really love where we are, and I love all the people. And we're just thankful. The bad part about our new puppy is she's deaf, but she's a happy puppy. We kept her. The other dogs are doing very good. And I mean, I'm glad we're here where we are. And, I have my ATV, so I'll try to get videos of the ATV or the quad. It just, right now we're sort of hunkering down, but I can just go right outside my door. And if you look past this, the boat, right past these houses out there, there's nothing out there. You could just go and ride for miles and miles. To the left, just down the road, is Colorado River. They have let it go very low. They did that for a reason, to keep all the idiots from being here up in spring break. A little sad for that, because I can't take my kayak out there, but it's probably just good to hunker down right now. Everybody should just hunker down. I don't think they want us in crowds. But I mean, just don't believe everything you hear, guys. I mean, honestly, I can't believe anything anymore, and it's ridiculous. I still support the president. I'm gonna support him, and I hope everybody still will. I don't want to stream very long today. I just started getting the OBS back up, and I still got a lot of work today to get all this stuff set up and going good. But we're all good. We're happy, and we're just hunkering down right now. But if you go by your hospitals and everything, we don't see it here where we're at. But we're not in a very big community. We're not in Phoenix. We're not in all this other hot spots. But, you guys should just go look at your own state statistics. Look and see how many of the state actually did these tests. Look how many are these private laboratories. Now, I don't trust any of these people. I don't trust hardly anyone. I trust me, my sister, some of you guys. The numbers don't make sense. Numbers don't make sense. And it's almost like out of these, we actually, here's one problem. You don't know how many tests they perform. You can see tests pending for a small period of time, but you don't know how many tests they perform. But then you could just see positive results. So it's like they're hiding all this information from us. And it makes you wonder. And then poor people are being expired that aren't. It's a little bit, it's wrong, And we believe that my dad and my husband, both who had this heart implication. He had problems from his knee surgery. If they would have expired in this time, then they would have been counted with this virus. You know, they would have been one of the statistics, and then that, honestly, that would have just set me off, triggered me more than. So I'm glad they weren't in the same time, but it is triggering lots of other people. That's what's being reported. They aren't getting tested. They may be hospitalized. If they pass from pneumonia, that's because of that. So unless, you know, I don't believe it. That's really all we're saying, guys. We just don't believe it. So I want all you guys to basically, don't be afraid. No matter what happens, don't be afraid. Just know that, believe in God and believe that, believe the prophecy. And it isn't time for everything to end. It isn't time. This is just like the last straw. This is their last thing they're doing. And, poor China. Yeah, poor China. China's just as bad, and they have just as much as a deep state and all these other people. And if you look at everybody they did such a good job, yet there's 21 million less phone users, and in China, you have to have a phone to be able to talk. So that tells me, and I don't think they all went away from the beer problem. Maybe they just turn their phones up because they understand it's a police thing, and we're getting just as bad now. They're talking about following people by their phones. If you're from, let's say you escape from New York, that's a good movie to go watch right now. You escape from New York because you just didn't want to be a part of it, and now you're going to be tracked down by your cell phone. I mean, if you guys haven't watched these tanks and stuff moving through Los Angeles, you guys should just see it, and they're like, oh, there's nothing to worry about. They're going from here to Point Magoo, except they stopped. Those trains stopped, and they were stopped by Dodger Stadium. So, I don't know. It's not. I have no idea what's going on. I'm just glad I'm not in a very, populated area. It's that part. I don't understand why we need so many tanks, why there's so much, is going on. And, there's these ships sitting off there, these battleships. And then there was another rumor that Carolyn Kennedy, and I'm not saying any of this is true. It's just from things I've read, because I have a lot of time on my hands, that Carolyn Kennedy met with President Trump. And you guys can look this up, because I don't want everybody believing what I'm saying. Everybody should do their own research and make their own decisions. But that she met with Trump, and then Trump called up 1 million military after that. And that most of the command went to Cheyenne Mountain and other places. Now, is all this true? And if they did, why did they go there? So, this problem we're having right now isn't our only problem. There's some other things going on, and I don't know if everybody believes that or not, but I feel it in my heart. Something stinks here. So I wouldn't want to be a part of a dictatorship, but you got to remember, those are all democratic strongholds, people. And I don't trust them. I really don't trust them. And I don't want to be controlled. I mean, I want to be free, and so does everybody else. I want to be able to move around and do what I want. And we could still do that where we're at. But who knows? I mean, I wouldn't want to say, stay in your house. If you watch some of these other countries, they're coming around on motorcycles, beating their people down in India. It's crazy. It's crazy. They're, and we got these little sick people going and coughing on people's stuff in the grocery store, licking toilet seats, doing this, doing that. It just tells you mental illness is a problem. What are we going to do with all the homeless on the street? Are they controlling them? Are they getting them under? How can you quarantine street people? So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. But everybody, just be safe. Do your own research. Don't believe everything you hear. Trust your eyes and keep your powder dry. And that's what I'm going to end with today. And we'll try to be on next week, and I'll try to make a better presentation for you guys. I don't have my other half. I've also even thought about talking to my other half and seeing if we could get past our differences. But, as far as my partner in crime that helped me put all this stuff together. And if I can, well, then we'll both be on. If I can't, then maybe I can get Kiwi to come on with me. We'll have to see. But anyway, everybody, thanks for coming in, and we will see you.